our words to know, or also sometimes called our sight words for Lesson 11. Now, our words to know can be found in the black lettering on this side of the page. We have quite a few words to know this week, so let's go over them together before we read our context cards. We have the words cold, where, blue, live, far, there, little, water. So let's look at the context cards for each of these cards. The first word we have is cold. Cold. Say the word cold. Our sentence says, this ocean water is very cold. Cold. Next we have the word where. Where. Our sentence says, sharks live where the ocean is deep. Where. Our next sight word is the word blue. Blue. Our sentence says, today the ocean water looks blue. Blue. Next we have the word live. Live. Our sentence says, whales live in all the oceans of the world. Live. Next we have the word far. Far. Our sentence says, squid swim far below the ocean's surface. Far. Our next word is there. There. Their home is by the ocean. There. Next we have the word little. Little. Many little fish live in the ocean. Little. And our last word is the word water. Water. Some people take photos in the water. Now we are going to work on a new phonics skill together. So we are going to be talking about base words and these kinds of endings. So we are going to be talking about what happens when you add an S to the ending of a word, ES, ED, and ING to the end of a base word. Now some of you might be wondering, what is a base word? Well, the base word will be the word that we put before we add one of these endings to it. Now, sometimes words like verbs or action words like jump, sing, run, hit, those kinds of words where it's a verb, so you're moving around or you are doing an action, need to change the ending. So I'm going to show you some words and show you what happens when you change the ending of the words with each of these. So let's get started. So I have my handy dandy whiteboard here to help me. So first, let's start with the word jump. The word jump is a great example of a base word. So here we have the word jump. Jump. So if I were to take this S and add it to the ending of the word jump, it now becomes what word? Jumps. Jumps. And at the end we hear that ps because we added an S. Now if I were to take away that ending and add an ED, so I have jump, Now I add ed to the end. So now I have jumped, jumped, like I jumped into the pool, or I jumped on my trampoline. And again, if I take away that ending, now I want to add ing. So adding ing. Ing together makes the ing sound. So now I would have jumping, jumping. Like I saw my neighbors jumping outside. Or the 5 little monkeys were jumping on their bed. So our base word was the word jump, and then we were able to add some of these endings to our base word. Let's try another one. Now let's try with this base word. This says pack. So let's try with the S ending. So if I add an S to the word pack, what word does it become? Packs. Packs. The word pack becomes packs. Now, if I remove that ending, and I'm going to add a different one now. So if I add an S and it becomes pack, what does this word become if I add the ed ending to the word pack? This word becomes packed. Packed. Like I packed my suitcase. Packed. And let's do one more. If I take away the ed ending and I add this ending to it, the word pack now becomes what word? Do you know? The ing makes the ing sound. So it would become packing. Packing. Next, let's use the base word fill. Fill. Let's start with our ending of S. If I add the S ending to the word fill, this word now becomes what? Fills. 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 We could say, he fills all of our drinks at the restaurant. So when we add an S to the word fill, it becomes fills. Now if we take away that S and we add the ed ending, the word fill now becomes what word? The word filled. Filled. We could say, I filled my plate with 10 donuts. So when we add ed to the end of fill, it becomes filled. Now if we take off this ending, I think you know what we're going to do next. And add the ing ending. Fill becomes what word? Filling. Filling. The word fill, when you add the ing to the end, becomes filling. Let's do one more together. Let's use the base word miss. Miss. So, this time, let's use our ES ending. Now, you may have noticed in some of our base words, we have not used the ES ending a whole lot. Well, there's a reason why. You really only need to add an ES to the end of a word if the word ends in an S or an SH or even a CH. And sometimes if you are talking about something that is plural, meaning more than one. So we are going to add ES to the end of miss. So what would this word now become? Misses. Misses. You could say, Matt misses his friends. Or the girl misses her 2 dogs. So if we take away the ES ending, and now we add ED to the end, the word miss now becomes what word? Do you know? The word miss now becomes the word missed. So you could say, I missed you so much. And then we can add one more ending to try. If we add ing to the end of miss, it now becomes what word? Missing. Missing. We could say, I am missing my socks. Or I am missing a pair of shoes. So when we add ing to the end of the word miss, it becomes missing. So now let's read our decodable called The Duck Nest by Michael Frost and illustrated by Joe Sapita. Now let's practice our phonics skills that we just learned. So we talked about adding endings to base words like S, ES, ED, and ING. So as we read through this story, I want you to try to find the words that have those endings. Do you think you can do it? I think so. So let's practice reading our decodable by reading our sentences together. So let's start with our first line. It says, Beth Ann was with Graham. So our character's name is Beth Ann. Go ahead and say that, Beth Ann, because we will see that name a lot in our decodable. So Beth Ann was with Graham. Beth Ann jumped and jumped. Then Beth Ann quit jumping. Ooh, so let's look at these words here. Do you see any words on this page that end in S, ES, ED, or ING? Look at the word jumped. Jumped. The word jumped ends in ED. Do you know what the base word is for the word jumped? Jump. This is the word jump with the ending ED attached. Also the word jumping. Jumping. The base word here is also jump. Then they added ing to the ending. Let's start with this sentence. Is that a nest? Beth Ann asked Graham. Yes, said Graham. It is a duck nest filled with eggs. Ooh, so they found a nest filled with eggs. Let's see a word on this page that has one of our endings. Do you see any? The word asked ends in ed. Our base word is the word ask, like I would like to ask a question. But when you add ed to the end, it becomes asked. I see another word. The word filled. Filled. Filled ends in the ed ending. The base word is the word fill. But when you add ed, it becomes filled. It is a duck nest filled with eggs. Graham, is that egg cracked? Asked Beth Ann. Yes, said Graham. That egg has lots of cracks. So we see the word asked again has the ed ending. Do you see another word that has one of our endings to it? That has one of our endings added to it? The word cracked. The word cracked ends in ed. Also the word cracks. The base word is crack, but when we add an s to it, it becomes cracks. Look at this little duck, said Graham. Where is its mom? Beth Ann asked. I bet it misses its mom. On this page, we see the word asked, like we've had before. I also see another word that ends in es. Do you see it? In this sentence, the word misses. Misses. The base word is the word miss. And es is the ending. So Beth said, where is its mom? Beth Ann asked. I bet it misses its mom. Let's read this sentence. Not far, said Graham. That big duck must be its mom. She will not come back with us here. Graham and Beth Ann left. Mom Duck had a bug. Did that little duck get that bug? Yes. Yum, yum. What a sweet story for us to get to read about the duck nest. It was a great opportunity for us to get to practice base words with those different endings. Now you are going to complete an activity in your reader's notebook where we practice adding these kinds of endings to our base words. Now we are going to complete an activity in our reader's notebook on page 156. So I will circle that page number at the bottom of the screen. So we just talked about base words and endings that end in S, ES, ED, and ING. So our directions tell us to read the sentences. Circle the sentence that tells about the picture. So you'll see that we have 5 different questions to answer. We will read both of these sentences and then you will choose which of these sentences matches the picture. So what we will do, we will read the sentences together and then you will choose going all the way until number 5. Once you have answered to number 5, we will go back and check our answers. Let's start with number 1. We have 2 sentences. The cat jumped. The cat sat. So look at this picture. Let's look at this picture here. Would you say the sentence, the cat jumped, or the cat sat, would best tell what is happening in this picture? Circle the sentence that you think best matches the picture. The cat jumped, the cat sat. For number 2, we have 2 sentences. The first one says, he is helping. He is resting. Look at this picture here. Which sentence best matches the picture? He is helping or he is resting. Circle the sentence that best matches this picture. Number 3 says, she packed a bag. She pulled a bag. Look at the picture here. Which sentence best fits the picture? She packed a bag or she pulled a bag? She packed a bag or she pulled a bag? Circle the sentence that best matches this picture. Number 4 says, Meg calls her pet cat. Meg pets her pet. Meg pets her cat. Look at the picture. Which sentence best matches it? Meg calls her pet. Meg pets her. Meg pets her cat. Circle the sentence that best matches the picture. And for number 5, it says Val is drawing. Val is looking. Let's look at this picture. Is Val drawing or is Val looking in this picture? Circle the sentence that best matches the picture. Are you ready to go over your answers? If not, you can pause the video. But if you are, then let's get started. On number 1, we should have said, the cat jumped. We can see that the cat is jumping after a butterfly. So we would have circled, the cat jumped. And what ending did they put on our base word, jumped? They put the ED ending. On number 2, you should have circled the sentence. He is resting. In our picture, he is resting on the couch. On the word resting, what ending is on the word resting? ing was added. On number 3, you should have circled the sentence. She packed a bag. We can see in our picture that she is putting things into her suitcase, so she is packing her bag. What ending did they put on the word packed? They added the ed ending. The ed ending. And on number 4, we should have circled Meg calls her pet. We can see that Meg has her hand up to her mouth and that she looks like she is calling out to her pet. Meg calls to her pet. On the word call, what ending did we add to the word call? We added the S ending. And on number 5, was Val drawing or was Val looking? On number 5, Val is looking. He has a pair of binoculars which can help us see far distances. And on the word looking, what ending did we add to the word looking? What ending is on the word looking? ing. How did you do on this activity? If you needed to correct any, you can just erase your answer and correct it like how we did on our worksheet. Once you have finished this activity, you are all done with your reading lesson for today. I also included a short video that talks about sharks, since we are learning about the ocean this week. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll see you later.